Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Scott. I have too many GSFs HD, and just kidding. I didn't buy this car before you guys ask. This is VIN 1280. This is a 2016 083 Ultra White at CarMax with LA20 black interior in Georgia with 105,000 miles, 104,000 for $33,000. And so if it holds, and that's what it sells for, then this will probably be the cheapest GSF you see, clean title GSF you see for sale all year, unless another one with 200-something thousand miles comes up for sale. CarMax is known for doing this. They did it a couple times last year in 25, a couple times in 24, that these cars get listed like a GS 350. And so that may be what has happened here. And it didn't even make it to my notifications before this car was already reserved. And so like minutes, if not seconds, that this car was listed in live, it was already reserved. Doesn't mean necessarily it's sold, but right now somebody has a deposit on it. Since the last cheapest GSF that has been for sale in the last 16 to 18 months was my blue one, $29,000, but that one has 145,000. It has 156, 157,000 on it now. And so this video is not about that car, but this car at 105,000 miles, it is a smoking deal for $33,000. So anyway, production statistics, 648 out of the 2,347 cars for the US 49 were ultra white. It's the most common color. Of those, 266 had LA20 black interior, 11.33%. So like a 1 or 2 out of 10 for rarity. For 2016, 372 of the 1,417 cars were ultra white, 148 had LA20 black interior. So very common. It's like the second most common color combination that you'll find on these cars. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. Carfax shows this as a 2-owner, 1 damage event in September of 2021. Shows minor. That could be a front lower grille replacement. That could be a windshield replacement. It doesn't ever say. Epic VIN shows this as a 2-owner, 1 accident car. AutoCheck shows this as a 2-owner, 1 accident car. The same accident in both instances there. So September of 2021, minor damage or an accident of some sort reported on this car. Previous sales, March of 2016, it was on sale in Georgia for $88,000, and it was still for sale in November of 2016. Same price, $88,000, but it now has 3,300 miles, so maybe it was like a dealer demo or something. And it finally sold in December of 2016. So it was for sale for about 9 months from new. Very common, very typical of what you saw when these cars were new. People didn't like them at $90,000. They liked them at $70,000, $75,000. July of 2020, CarMax in Alabama, Huntsville, $56,000 with 14,000 miles, and it sold in a day. So probably right away. Then now here in January of 2026, for sale at the same CarMax in Alabama, $33,000 with 104 and some change thousand miles. So now into the photos. In usual CarMax fashion, the pictures are pretty low resolution, but they're taken from a long distance away. So if you zoom in, things are kind of blurry. So you can't get really zoomed in to look at things, but they do disclose that there is some damage to the passenger fender. They don't show the damage to, and it looks like it'll buff out too. They don't show the damage to the carbon fiber that's delaminating, or they don't disclose it. You just have to kind of see it with your eyes. But the carbon fiber is delaminating on the passenger front door really badly. And you can see that the epoxy, the resin is starting to come off on the driver's front door too. So both of the front door panels need it, but the others don't currently appear to be delaminating. But I'd say overall, the car presents fairly well from what I can see from the photos. They're just not overly clear. So this is something that if you're gonna look at this car, definitely inspect the outside very thoroughly. But for being 10 years old with 104, 105,000 miles, it looks really good, in really good shape. All the panels line up. I don't see any excessive chips on the front just from the photos, but again, they're kind of low resolution. So now into the price. Do I even have to tell you? This car is a smoking deal. So if you got this car for $33,000, good on you. It was way underpriced. This car should probably be around the $40,000 to $42,000 range, and it is $8,000 less than probably where it should have been. Service history. The first entry of note at 8,500 miles is May of 2018, the JLB recall. That's the high pressure fuel pumps, and noted that there was damage, repair the damaged bumper. It doesn't say front bumper, it doesn't say rear bumper, but it is before the whatever went accident or damage reported in September of 2021. So this has 1 or 2 sort of events, or maybe even paint repairs on it as well. But other than that, it's really just some oil changes, front and rear brakes done at 53,000 miles. So if they haven't been replaced elsewhere, this car probably needs brakes again as well. The last service was at March of 2024 at 72,000 miles, which is like 30,000 miles ago. So as I said, it's not particularly well dealer serviced. What has not been done, there's a lot on the Lexus dealer service that has not been done, is the 60,000 mile service, spark plugs, brake fluid, the transmission service, TVD service, the ZLZ, which is the dash for the cracking, delaminating, sticky dash. You can have it replaced up to 10 years from the in-service date. The in-service date on this car is April 5th of 2016. So you have until April 5th of 2026. So you have about 3 months, 2.5 months left to get the dash replaced if you're taking this to a warm climate and it feels like it's sticky. It's in Georgia, it's been in a warm climate, so maybe you get lucky and it's sticky and you get Lexus to replace your dash. The usual things, valley plate, don't see anywhere where that's been done. The front lower control arm bushings, check the insides of the front tires for any excessive wear. If it is, you need front lower control arm bushings, tires, and an alignment. One of the other things I don't see done on this car is the reprogramming of the low pressure fuel pump. So that would mean leave the car running and check and listen and see if you hear something coming from the back seat, like a humming or buzzing. If you turn the stereo off, turn the seats off, everything off except the engine. If you hear that, you can get it reprogrammed. There is a fix for it, but it's out of the service campaign time and mileage, so you would have to pay for it out of your pocket, probably an hour of labor to do that. So $179 to $200, something along those lines. So finally, would I buy this car? Absolutely. You already know my answer. If I hadn't purchased my blue GSF last year for $29,000, this would probably be on my radar as one. It hasn't been winter driven. It's not very well dealer service, but I can bring that up to date and then not be worried about that. But the valley plate would be the other big one on this car. So, but at this price, it doesn't really matter. You can do all that and still be money ahead with this car. You could fix everything wrong with it and get it ready to go. You could turn around and flip it and sell it if you really wanted to. I hope, hey, don't do that. Don't flip this car. So that is something to consider too. Like when you get these cars this cheap, there is lots of room for profit. And the price at $33,000, that's, so let's back up. Go back and look a couple episodes on the car that just sold at Mannheim at dealer auction. 114,000 miles, had damage all over it, had a broken center console, needed brakes, it has a worn steering wheel. It wasn't particularly well serviced, but it was serviced. And that car sold at wholesale for $33,000. So this car is wholesale price and it's in better shape with less miles. So, you know, that's something else to consider too. But yeah, it's a fantastic price for this car. So I hope if you got it, congratulations. If it pops back up for sale, somebody else better grab it really quick. So it's a great price. VIN 1280, guys. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.